Imagine a place as vast as your eye can see, a territory where the sky meets the earth in an infinite horizon, where silence is broken only by the whisper of the wind across the plains. Welcome to Mongolia, a land of mysteries and contrasts, where the past and present intertwine in an ancient dance. But there's something intriguing about this country that few people know, something that challenges our understanding of the modern world. Did you know that 99.7% of Mongolia is completely empty? That's right. In a country the size of Western Europe, only a tiny fraction is inhabited. But why? What makes this nation so unique yet so challenging for human settlement? Let's dive into this enigma, unraveling the secrets hidden in the vast steppes and imposing mountains of Mongolia. First, we need to grasp the scale. Mongolia is the 18th largest country in the world, covering an area of 1.56 million square kilometers. To put that in perspective, it's almost the size of Alaska or 4 times bigger than Germany. However, its population is only 3.3 million people. This results in a population density of just 2 people per square kilometer, one of the lowest in the world. But what makes this statistic even more surprising is that nearly half of the population lives in the capital, Ulaanbaatar. This means the rest of the country is even emptier than the numbers suggest at first glance. Now, you might be wondering, why don't people spread out more across the country? The answer lies in the land itself. Mongolia is a country of extremes. In winter, temperatures can drop to -40 degrees Celsius, freezing rivers and turning the plains into a white, inhospitable desert. In summer, scorching heat can push the thermometer above 40 degrees Celsius, drying out the land and making life a constant challenge. But it's not just the climate that shapes the population distribution. Mongolia's geography is as diverse as it is challenging. To the north, the Altai Mountains rise like stone giants, their faces covered in eternal snow. To the south, the Gobi Desert stretches for endless kilometers, a sea of sand and rocks where life struggles to exist. Between these extremes, vast plains extend as far as the eye can see. It's in these steppes that we find one of the keys to understanding Mongolia, the nomads. For millennia, Mongols have been a nomadic people. Their lives are a reflection of the land they inhabit, constantly moving, following the seasons and the herds. This ancient tradition is still alive today, with about 30% of the population maintaining a nomadic or semi-nomadic lifestyle. These herders move with their flocks of sheep, goats, horses, and camels, seeking the best pastures and water. Their homes are traditional gers, also known as yurts, circular tents made of felt and wood that can be assembled and disassembled in just a few hours. This nomadic lifestyle is one of the reasons Mongolia remains so empty. Instead of settling in permanent towns or villages, many Mongols prefer to follow the rhythm of nature, spreading out across vast areas in small family groups. But there's more to this story than just tradition. Mongolia's economy also plays a crucial role in the distribution of its population. Historically, livestock has been the backbone of Mongolia's economy. Even today, with the growth of mining and tourism, animal husbandry remains a vital part of the country's life and culture. This focus on extensive livestock farming requires large areas of land per person, contributing to the low population density. Moreover, Mongolia is rich in natural resources. The country has large deposits of copper, gold, coal, and other minerals. However, many of these mines are located in remote areas, far from population centers. This creates a unique situation where economic activity occurs in areas that would otherwise be completely uninhabited. But there's an even more intriguing aspect to this story. Mongolia's vast uninhabited land isn't just a result of geography or economy. In many ways, it's a conscious choice. Mongols have a deep respect for nature and an intimate understanding of their ecosystem's delicate balance. They know that overpopulation or overexploitation of the land would lead to its destruction. So, the low population density is not just a consequence of harsh conditions, but also a long-term survival strategy. This approach has deep roots in Mongol history and culture. Genghis Khan, the famous Mongol leader who built the largest contiguous empire in history, is often portrayed as a ruthless conqueror. However, he was also a shrewd administrator who understood the importance of preserving natural resources. Under his rule, vast areas were designated as protected hunting reserves where overhunting was forbidden. These policies, while initially intended to preserve animals for noble hunting, ended up protecting large stretches of natural habitat. Today, Mongolia continues this conservation tradition. The country has 99 protected areas covering about 17% of its territory. These include national parks, nature reserves, and historical monuments, all contributing to keeping large parts of the country in their natural and uninhabited state. But the story of empty Mongolia wouldn't be complete without mentioning Ulaanbaatar, the capital. This unique city is a study in contrasts. It's home to nearly half of the country's population, a modern urban center with skyscrapers, cafes, and shopping malls. Yet, on the city's fringes, you can still find traditional gers, creating a unique mix of old and new. The rapid growth of Ulaanbaatar in recent decades is a fascinating part of Mongolia's demographic history. As climate change makes the nomadic lifestyle increasingly difficult, many Mongols are migrating to the capital in search of economic and educational opportunities. This influx has created unique challenges. The city struggles to provide housing, jobs, and basic services for its rapidly growing population. Air pollution, especially in winter, has become a serious issue as newcomers burn coal to stay warm in their gers on the city's outskirts. Still, Ulaanbaatar remains a beacon of modernity in a country that, for the most part, remains untouched by urban development. It's a vivid reminder of the contrast between old and new, rural and urban, that defines modern Mongolia. But even with Ulaanbaatar's growth, the vast majority of Mongolia remains empty, and it's in this emptiness that much of the country's charm and mystery lie. Imagine traveling across the Mongolian steppes. For days, you might not see any sign of human habitation beyond an occasional ger on the horizon. At night, the sky opens up in a spectacular display of stars that few places on Earth can match, unobscured by artificial lights. This vastness is not just beautiful, it's functional. Mongolia's large uninhabited areas serve as natural corridors for migratory species. Saiga antelopes, Mongolian gazelles, and even the rare wild Bactrian camel still roam freely across these lands as they have for millennia. Empty Mongolia also serves as a sort of time capsule. In its steppes and deserts, archaeologists continue to make surprising discoveries. From perfectly preserved dinosaur bones to artifacts from ancient civilizations that once called this land home, Mongolia's soil holds secrets we're only beginning to uncover. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of empty Mongolia is what it represents in our increasingly crowded and interconnected world. In an age of rapid urbanization and human expansion, Mongolia remains a reminder of a vaster, wilder world. It's a country where you can still get lost in the best sense of the word, where the horizon stretches infinitely and the sky feels bigger than anywhere else, where silence has an almost tangible quality and life's rhythm is dictated by the sun and the seasons, not by clocks and calendars. Empty Mongolia challenges us to rethink our relationship with space and nature. It reminds us that not every square inch of the planet needs to be developed or inhabited, that there is value in vastness, in untouched nature, in silence and solitude. As the world faces growing challenges of overpopulation, urbanization, and climate change, Mongolia's approach to space and development offers valuable lessons. It shows us that it's possible to coexist with nature rather than dominate it, that development doesn't have to mean destroying the natural world. Of course, Mongolia faces its own challenges. Climate change is affecting its fragile landscapes, making the nomadic lifestyle increasingly difficult. Mining, though economically important, threatens some of the country's unique ecosystems, and the rapid urbanization of Ulaanbaatar brings its own social and environmental problems. Yet, at the heart of it all remains a deep connection to the land and an understanding that humans are just one part of a larger ecosystem. It's this understanding that has kept Mongolia largely empty for so long, and it's this understanding that might offer valuable insights for the rest of the world as we struggle to find a balance between development and conservation. So, the next time you look at a world map, pause for a moment at the vast stretch of land that is Mongolia. Remember that this seemingly empty space is full of life, history, and possibilities. It's a reminder that sometimes what we don't see is as important as what we do see. That emptiness can be as meaningful as fullness. Mongolia, with its 99.7% uninhabited land, is not just a country. It's a testament to human resilience, a monument to the grandeur of nature, and a reminder that there are still places in this world where mystery and wonder reign supreme. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll experience this vastness for yourself. Feel the steppe wind on your face, hear the silence of the Gobi Desert, see the night sky like never before. Until then, Mongolia will remain as it is, largely empty, utterly mysterious, and infinitely fascinating. If you enjoyed this journey through Mongolia and want to explore more incredible places and curiosities around the world, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.